The problem with you is you're whining like a little fucking baby.
What's going on, fam? It's your boy, Papa Swolio, back with another episode of Ask Papa Swolio. Remember, if you want your question featured right here on the show, drop in the comments down below with the hashtag AskPapaSwolio, and I will get to them as soon as I can. And remember also to subscribe to my Daily Swole podcast. It's available everywhere, and it goes live every single day. So if you can't catch it live on my second channel, right here on YouTube, Daily Swole Podcast, you can listen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, Apple, Android, wherever. Links are in the cards, in the description. Make sure to subscribe, Daily Swole Podcast. Let's get on with the show. The first question of the episode is from Heather. Papa Swolio, what are the key foods that you eat on a day-to-day basis? I struggle because I'm bored in the kitchen and I've been applying the elimination diet thanks to your advice, trying to spice it up a bit. First, let me preface this by saying food is fuel. It's not entertainment, it's not for fun. The elimination diet is a process for you to figure out and determine which foods work optimally for you, which foods work for you, your fuel. It's not about fun, it's not about what tastes fancy. You're gonna find things that you find amazingly delicious, but it's not about the entertainment value, it's not about being bored, it's about eating what works and what your body responds best to. What are the key foods that I eat? This has nothing to do, that's the whole point of doing an elimination diet, is that it's important to figure out what's right for you. It doesn't matter what I eat. It matters what you figure out for you. Some of my more common foods are grass-fed beef. I eat a lot of broccoli, Brussels sprouts, asparagus. I love sweet potatoes. Sometimes I have white rice. I like frozen berries and fruits after a workout, for example. But mostly I'm very consistent. Pastured eggs, grass-fed beef, quality foods like avocados, coconut oil, MCT oil. I use grass-fed butter. So vegetables, quality meats. I eat organ meats. I eat nose to tail if I can. Bone broth. So a lot of the stuff that you're going to be eating on an elimination diet, a lot of things that you're going to find that works best for you. I personally consume a higher fat diet, but that might not be optimal for you. So it's not about being bored, it's about eating what works best. So stop thinking about it as if it's supposed to be entertainment. But I love my fucking food. I fucking love my heritage pork bacon. I love frozen fruit. I love watermelon. I love grass-fed beef. I love pastured eggs. I love white rice and sweet potatoes. I mean, I fucking love it. I love these foods. And if one of those turns out to be not as effective for me in the future, then I'll eat something else. Real food tastes really fucking good. Question from Oscar Penaloza. Papa Swolio, do you recommend working at a gym for a while after you get a personal training certification? I'm doing NASM, or should I go straight to training my own clients and working for myself? I would recommend working at a gym. And the reason is because you are going to make a lot of mistakes. You're going to learn a lot of things working at a gym that will help you when you work in a one-on-one environment. Now, I'm not saying you can't be successful if you go right to personal training. However, a gym gives you repetitions in the sense that you'll see a lot of people, you'll meet a lot of people, you'll interact with a lot of people, and personal training is not just passing off the information. At a gym, you'll learn sales, you will learn how to work in a crowded environment, how to work dynamically. You'll gather clients when you're in a gym, so you can do both. You can split your time. It's hard when you're going one-on-one because you have to generate clients yourself. You have to bring people in. If you're not good at marketing, if you don't have all the equipment to bring to people's houses, if you don't have good transportation, if you don't have your own personal brand and you don't have the ability or the knowledge or the skills to market yourself, which is very easy. I shouldn't say easy, but it's very available to people now. A gym can be a great way to get your feet wet. Plus, I think it'd be great to shadow someone who has a lot more experience. That way you can see some of the good things and also kind of see some of the bad things that you don't like that they do. That way you can kind of mold your own personality and your own style more. So always keep an open mind, always be learning. But one thing that's for certain, most personal trainers don't know how to market themselves. That's why most personal trainers and most fitness professionals are just freaking part of the grind and slaves of the system just like everyone else because they don't know how to run a business as a personal trainer. So if you're on your own, it's a business like any other business. And if you don't know how to run a business, it's gonna be hard for you to be successful as an independent personal trainer. So that might be a reason why you can start at a gym and build that off on the side if that's something that you're interested in long term. Veronica VTV. Papa Swolio, what are your recommendations for those who would love to lift weights, but lifting eventually triggers anxiety? I'm not anxious at all beforehand, but the physical act itself sends me spiraling. That's intense. I would start meditating immediately. Start with the guided meditation app right here on the Apple Store somewhere. That's not normal. That should not be triggering anxiety. If that's just a physical response, that's something that you need to get looked at. And that's definitely something psychological in my opinion, but if you need some professional guidance with that, I would recommend it, but meditation could definitely help you manage your thoughts. If it's just the physical heart rate going up, that's very, very strange. I don't know if you're drinking a lot of caffeine. I don't know if it's something that could be induced by food consumption. Sometimes, very oftentimes actually, food is directly linked to brain health, that gut-brain axis. It can be linked to anxiety, it can be linked to depression, what you're eating, which is why I recommend people do the elimination diet. But physical activity, it sounds familiar. I've heard people have this issue before. I would look into meditation. I would look into some professional psychological guidance on that aspect, maybe from a psychologist that might be able to walk you through some of these processes, because something's triggering your anxiety. And I find it hard to believe that it's just the weights, that just the weights would give you anxiety. It's how you're processing that sympathetic nervous system, that elevation of heart rate, that elevation of respiratory rate. There's something else going on there. And again, that's my opinion. I'm not a psychologist or psychiatrist, but there's something else going on there. And I really believe that meditation and that type of psychological approach and psychological training would help in that regard. Question from ZA. Papa Swolio, how much weight can you expect to lose on a 12-week cut in your 20s? No fucking idea, bro. No idea. I have no idea. How much weight can you expect to lose on a 12-week cut? A 12-week cut. Does that mean you're trying to lose weight for 12 weeks, or you're trying to maintain muscle mass and just trim away some fat? I have no idea. In your 20s? No fucking idea. I have no information with that question. And the reason why I'm actually addressing this question without even being able to answer that question is because I want to make it known that a question like this, that a lot of you probably have, it doesn't mean anything. What does that mean? How much weight can you expect? I don't know. Fucking do a 12-week cut and let me know. You tell me. A 12-week cut? Maybe a couple pounds? How much do you have to cut? What are you trying to accomplish? A cut really means, okay, I built muscle. I'm trying to shred up a little bit. I don't know. What kind of a vague question is that? What the fuck? Help me out. Help me help you. Help me help you. Question from Freddie Craven. Papa Swolio, I am currently struggling with depression and it is affecting my workout. I'm doing what I can to get help and to stop it, but would things like a good pre-workout help me temporarily so I'm able to put in 110% each session until I've sorted my depression? How would I wean myself off of the pre-workout so I don't feel depleted in the gym? I would not recommend doing any kind of stimulant if you are already dealing with psychological issues like depression. I will say that I recommend, like you said, you're currently getting help, so good for you. Do not keep this a secret. A lot of people deal with depression. What I would recommend is start looking into Googling, check out my content on the elimination diet, but start looking into the gut-brain axis and how your food and how your nutrition can directly affect your mental health. The gut-brain axis is real shit, and a lot of people trigger depression by the foods that they are consuming. Food quality is everything. So if you have not yet done an elimination diet, I highly, highly suggest it. If you haven't locked down your sleep schedule, your sleeping patterns, all those things can be beneficial. Regular meditation, regular sleep patterns, quality sleep, and locking down your nutrition before you even worry about anything like a pre-workout. I would stay away from all that shit that can cause addictions, adrenal fatigue and crashes after. Don't fuck with that stuff. You need to figure out the root cause of your depression first. Question from Koljuchka777. Papa Swolio, is there any way I can get rid of my banana rolls, or are they going to stay forever because of my genetics? Well, I don't know what the fuck a banana roll is. I've never heard that term. I'm assuming you mean like rolls on your side. Like where else would you have any kind of rolls, period, on your body? I've never heard them called banana rolls. Banana rolls, really? I've heard them called fat rolls before, but banana rolls? Probably. There could be some way. I don't know where you're starting from. I don't know what you're doing. So questions like this, is there any way I can get rid of them? Sure, you can get surgery, you can start dieting a lot better, do an elimination diet, start exercising regularly, put in the hard work, do that for years and progressively overload yourself and challenge yourself and push yourself and be consistent. So I don't know how severe this is, I don't know what you're doing now, so I can't tell you what to change or what to do, or if there's any way to get rid of your banana rolls. Sure, if you're not doing anything right now, then you have to do a lot of things, and you could do a lot of things differently. So this is another vague question, but but a lot of you deal with banana rolls, I'm sure, whatever the fuck those are. So they might stay there forever if you don't put in the work, and I don't know what your genetics has to do with it because I don't know anything about you as a person. But I want to address this question because I know that can be stressful for you. And to have extra body fat that just doesn't seem to go away, that can be really discouraging. And I know that from just even from a muscle building standpoint, areas of the body that just don't seem to grow, that can be really frustrating and cause a lot of, self-consciousness. But at the same time, I don't know anything about what you're currently doing and how I could give you information to help you because I don't know what you're doing right now. Up the effort. Start an elimination diet. Start meditating. Start doing yoga. Start training. And if you're doing that already, do it harder. Question from Tim S. Papa Swolio, I need help with my arms. I've been lifting for 3 years, consistently 6 days a week. I saw newbie gains my first year, and my second year I saw progression from better form, but I have 13-inch arms and it's mostly triceps. No matter how many days, sets, reps, or type of arm training I've done, every type of curls, what can I do? I'm just summarizing that question. Well, I don't know what you've been doing. As much as you say you've been doing everything, no matter how many days and sets and reps, that can't possibly be true. Because if you've done everything, you would have bigger arms. So I don't know exactly what you've been doing. I've been lifting for almost 20 years. You're probably not training as hard as you think you are. You're probably not eating as much as you think you are because you haven't mentioned anything about diet. Big arms, big muscles is in the kitchen as much as it's in the gym. You're in the gym an hour, maybe 6 days a week, okay? There's 168 hours in a week. So you're in the gym 6 days a week for an hour, cool, 6 hours. What are you doing on the other 162 hours? Are you eating right? Are you sleeping right? Are you eating enough food? Are you? What's your caloric intake? So that's gonna make as much of a difference. Maybe you're not doing enough volume. Maybe you're doing too much. Maybe you're not doing the right shit for your other body parts because building big arms is not just about doing a curl. Building big arms comes from doing big back training, big chest training for triceps. Like you need those big movements in order to build overall mass in your arms. Even though they're assisting muscle groups, you still need to train those big basic movements hard. Things like deadlifts and squats, those larger muscle groups are going to help build the smaller muscle groups. It's just testosterone in your system and just, your overall body composition and your overall body structure. You should grow everything. So focus on your legs as much as you're focusing on your arms. I know you put here, you say you've tried every type of curls. You just haven't done everything right. And I know that because you don't have results. If you don't have results, you're not doing everything right. So there's still work to be done, and I would focus on eating more and focusing on the basics more. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me for this episode of Ask Papa Swolio. Remember, if you want your question featured right here on the show, just drop it in the comments down below with the hashtag AskPapaSwolio, and I will get to them as soon as I can. And remember to subscribe to the Daily Swole podcast. I'll put it in the cards and the description down below every single day. I'm streaming live on my second channel, Daily Swole Podcast, right here on YouTube. And you can also subscribe on any podcast app, Daily Swole Podcast, and I'll bang your ear holes with this knowledge cock every single day. I'll see you real soon for the next episode. Peace.
Click the link, motherfucker! Click the link! Click the link! Watch another video, like and subscribe. I know you want to. You know you want to. Come on, everyone knows you want to. You love Papa Swolio. You love the man bun. You love the sick bugging gains. You love it. Oh, oh, oh. You love it. Oh, 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 oh.